Hi. How are you doing? How's it going? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that we're ready. We're ready for this challenge coming on the 1st of September. And I'm hoping that you guys who've already jumped in are going to be standing strong behind me. So I'm going to take it right back to basics, because maybe you're still waiting to get started. Maybe you're feeling frustrated that everyone else seems to be going and grabbing this, and maybe they're banging out weeks sober and you're still waiting to get started. And maybe that's holding you back because you feel you've missed some sort of train, you've missed some sort of bus. Now you can grab your own motivation and get started now, or you can just wait and be right along with the wave on the 1st and 2nd and 3rd of September. You're here now, right? And it does seem like you have a mountain to climb ahead of you, especially as these days are going by and there's another video and another video and another video to watch. But let go of all of that. Let go of any expectation. This is not a program that you follow from 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not like that. This membership is really a way to get you to pay attention. When you pay attention. And from there, we can actually dig deep into how this has shown up for you. So I hope you've understood that. I hope you're riding along with it. And I hope you're letting go of feeling that you have all these videos to watch. Just tune in, pop your earphones on and press go. And listen, allow it just to land. You don't have to stop drinking. It doesn't have to be a non-drinking challenge. This is about really getting your head in the game of feeling that this is the right time and the right place and the right path for you. It's bigger than what's just in your glass. And maybe you've already started. Maybe you're waiting for that energy to kick in and the sleep to improve. Be patient. Look, it took a long time for us to get this relationship that we have with alcohol. Think of it as a relationship that you're breaking up. And maybe your rose-tinted specs might come out, especially as we're approaching another weekend. You know, you might start believing that things weren't that bad. And actually you could control it. And you can do this. You can keep drinking and moderate and have that, you know, that foot in both worlds where you feel as if you're winning on both sides. You're still able to socialise and have that, and you're able to invest in yourself. Now, that's fine if you can manage that. I couldn't juggle both. For me, I had to be more all or nothing. And think about it in another way. If you're having a little bit, it's still affecting your quality of sleep. Your body's still busy processing that toxin. So you're not really having that juicy REM cycles of sleep. You're supposed to have about 7 cycles of REM deep sleep. And when you're drinking even a small amount, that's going to spoil that. So your level of sleep isn't going to be that quality that you would have had you not been drinking, had you detoxed your system. And it takes time. I think it took me about 3 or 4 weeks. I remember when I went on my first night out sober, and that was at 4 weeks, and I felt good. I remember feeling good about myself and feeling it wasn't so much a struggle. I felt I had already broken through something. Now, that was a party. I had been to barbecues and I'd been to various different places where I stayed for a short period of time. So I eased myself into my first night socialising sober by taking those small steps. And it might seem like it's a big deal, because it is. It's something that we've kind of hidden behind. It's part of your identity. You feel naked without it. That's all normal. You don't know where to put your hands and you just feel uncomfortable. But what I want you to recognise is that on the other side of all of that, the energy and the clarity and the focus is going to be worthwhile, because at that point, that's when you can make the changes in your life that are going to improve everything. So a lot of the time for me, I was drinking because I believed I deserved it, because I had such a stressful life. But I was creating that stress in my life. I was responsible for creating that. And I sit now and I try to go back to think about what was it that made the difference? What was it that made us think, right, that's it? And I think it was a spin on the way that I had thought about it before. I'd always looked at reasons not to drink, reasons not to, like, look at the state I was in. Look, I couldn't remember getting home. Now look at the state of the house. Almost like it was the jam I had to take away in order to have a responsible grown-up life. But instead I turned it on its head, and whether I was inspired by something by Tony Robbins or somewhere else that I was reading or coming across, and it was looking at it in a different way, and it was writing down everything that I loved about my life, everything I loved about it. And I recognised, I think it was because I saw this in my friend. I saw that the things she used to love about her life weren't important to her anymore. And I was terrified that I would get to that stage. So it was almost like I had this diamond of a life that I just needed to polish. I just needed to take off like the cloudedness of my vision. It wasn't that I changed everything. It was that I actually could see what I had. I could see in front of us what I had. And that was what I loved. Those were the things I loved about my life. It wasn't the alcohol. It was them things. And often what I found was that actually I was drinking because I wasn't maybe feeling like I was good enough. My business wasn't good enough. My relationship wasn't good enough. You know, and I think that at the time, I couldn't see that. At the time, it was just what I did. But looking back, I can see that now. So I hope that you can relate to that. So I want to ask you to be encouraged and inspired in the same way. Instead of looking at, how, the self-worthing and how things should be different, blah, 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 blah. And like, you shouldn't do this and we mustn't do that. Let go of all that language and start instead concentrating on what it is that you love. What do you love? What lights you up? And we can usually find that by asking ourselves, what makes you angry? What is it that gets in your way? What pisses you off? Like, do you like a nice, peaceful, relaxed vibe and someone comes in and they disturb your oasis of calm? Is that what annoys you? So you know that you love a calm, peaceful vibe. Okay, so find out by the things that, I don't want to use the word trigger, but kind of what is it that prickles you? What is it? And in there, you'll be able to unpick what it is that you love. What do you want more of? How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel every day? Because what if getting what it is that you desire and how you want to feel, what if it is hard? What if it does take time? But it doesn't work. It doesn't really matter, does it? We're working towards something. We're figuring it out. And that's the purpose. That's the whole motivation. If it's something that you love and something that lights you up and you're fighting for it and you're walking towards it, then it's easy because it's what you love. Okay, so I know at the moment you may think, well, Clara, I just love a bottle of wine. I want you to go deeper. I want you to really think about this as like an alien who has turned up from out of space and they don't know you. You're trying to explain to them what it is about your life that you're choosing. You're not just choosing wine. What else are you choosing? What else do you love? And I think from there, you might find exactly the motivation to bring to the challenge and to really help you dig deep on why this is going to make an impact in your life, because it's going to help you have more of what you love and get you closer to what you love and how you want to feel, right? So today I just wanted to mention Maslow's triangle. Now, you might have heard of it before if you've had anything to do with personal development or psychology. And the idea is that basically we have this triangle. There's a triangle that we need. We need the bottom part of the triangle, the bottom rung of the ladder, before we go for any of the next rungs, because without the bottom rung, everything else falls apart. So if you think about it, like you're building up this triangle from the bottom up. So the first thing that's required is your physiological needs, right? So that's things like water, food, shelter, clothes, all the basic stuff, Sleep is on there, by the way. Sleep. Without sleep, we're not able to get to the next rung of that triangle. And on the next rung is safety, your personal security, your employment, your resources, your health, your property, your environment. Without sleep, you can't focus on those things to any real level. So can you see how sleep is the most important thing? So if you can recognize, if you're still believing that you need that glass of wine to help you sleep, we need to dig deep on you understanding that alcohol doesn't help you sleep. Once you understand that, and you understand that sleep is your basic primary function in order for you to, to move forward in your life, for you to go to work and do a good job, for you to take care of your property and your environment and your health and self-care. Without sleep, none of that is really possible. And after that, once you get all those things and the safety's there, you're feeling that personal security, you're comfortable, your health is where it could be, the next stage after that is your sense of connection. So without sleep, without feeling that you're resourceful, you can go to work, you can earn money to pay for the roof over your head, you are not in a position to make any kind of connection that's going to be of any value, because you're worried about all these other things. You're worried about all of that. You're hoping that these people are the answers to your prayers, where actually these things are the things that we need to stack up first. So reminder, sleep comes first. Alcohol does not help us to sleep. Just for the crack, I'll tell you the next level. The next level comes to esteem. So status, recognition, strength and freedom. And then the very top of the triangle, once everything else is in line and you feel that you're safe, you're sleeping, your health is in place, your sense of connection is there, you have the ability and the resources to feed and clothe yourself, and then you start feeling that you have recognition, strength, status, freedom, then you have the desire to be the most that you can be. Okay, so this shows you, this really brings home my point that removing alcohol is the first step in any lasting change, because you need that deep quality sleep. You need that. You need to be able to get the nutrients from your food as energy, where if you're having alcohol, that's all of that system and processes to shot. Right? So your body's working really hard to figure it all out and detox, and you're drinking the wine and eating the pizza, and your liver's trying to get rid of all of them toxins. You're trying to sleep and you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're just feeling stressed. You're worried about all of the things because your sense of security just feels shot to ribbons. Without all of that, how can you then create a good loving connection? How can you then have a good quality relationship? How can you then feel in control of your environment and feel resourceful that you can go to work and do a good job? How can you then desire to be the most that you can be without the basic stuff, without the basics? So please don't think I'm trying to take away the fun in your life, the joy and the cherry on top. I'm really not. I'm trying to get you to see this in a different light, where removing alcohol will improve your level of sleep, improve your level of health, help you make those connections and relationships. It's going to improve your self-esteem. And then you're going to get to a position where you will desire to be all that you can be. Quick reminder there for you. I hope that's helpful. Wednesday, we normally talk about wealth, but I think we're moving away slightly from those 3 containers. I'm always going to bring them into your attention because I think sometimes if that's what's motivating you, if wealth is the thing that's motivating you, then do what I'm doing. I'm decluttering my house, which is the first step to feel in control, to feel in control. Declutter. Start small with your makeup bag, your knicker drawer. Slowly move bigger and bigger so you grab control of your whole life. I talked to a client this week about doing a declutter on the digital declutter, to remove yourself from things that are overwhelming you, that you don't want to see. You don't have to block people or unfriend them, but you can close them down that you don't see their notifications. Like, find out what it is that's getting in your way and allow yourself to close those doors, to simplify things so you can really focus and concentrate on you from now moving forward. This is your chance to become the best version of you so you can turn up and support everyone in your life. Everyone you love will benefit from you doing this work on yourself. Everyone. So well done for following along, for paying attention, for investing in you, because you're worth it. You have everything you need inside of you. You've done it before. You've done hard things before. Now think about it. You've done hard things before. How did that feel when you got through that? How proud were you? Like, feel into that emotion. You can do this. It's perfectly possible. It's perfectly possible for you to be the one that goes first in your world, for you to be the inspiration to other people. Like, what about that? How amazing could that be, that you turn up as all of you without alcohol? Isn't that just where we're heading? Isn't that not would be the ultimate place to be? Where we don't need to rely on something because we're stressed or because we need to sleep or because we want to have fun or a conversation with somebody who we love. Like, let go of it, strip right back, start getting viciously honest with yourself about what it is that you want and what's getting in your way. And remember that I'm here for you, right? Thanks for listening. Bye from me.